Marijuana has gone through phases of time over the decade. It came from a poorly made plant to a very strong and potent plant. And the generation is getting hooked on it fast. The youth of the generation is getting hooked on this drug more than ever now. It leads to more and more badly chosen drugs that the youth is getting hooked to. It needs to stop. The 3 reasons why marijuana should not be legal in all 50 states is because it is more potent than ever, it is a gateway drug, and it is very addictive. Firstly, marijuana should not be legal in all 50 states because it is more potent than ever. From where it has come decades ago to where it is now, marijuana has reached labs to grow and has become stronger than ever. The more potent the marijuana is, the more effect this will have on young kids and adults in school, driving, working, excelling in daily life and activities. Dispensaries in some states are routinely selling flower that is at least 5 times stronger than it was 40 years ago. Christian Hopfer, a professor at the Psychiatric of the University of Colorado Medical Campus and one of the lead researchers on a forthcoming 5.5 million study of cannabis, told Business Insider. Hopfer's study will be the largest and most long-term analysis of cannabis to date. Hopfer's research has taken him to dispensaries around the state of Colorado, where he has seen a variety of marijuana sold with a content breakdown around 25%. It used to be 4 to 5%. That's the ingredient, the THC ingredient in marijuana. So as Hopfer says, this stuff is potent. The next point is that marijuana should not be legal in all 50 states because it is a gateway drug. When people say gateway, it means that by doing one thing, it can lead and will lead to other drugs as such. This is terrible for the youth because more and more young kids are getting addicted to marijuana. And for the generation coming up, that's terrible. It can be self-destructive for their path with all kinds of drugs that simply marijuana will start the process of. Robert DuPoint is the president of the Institute for Behavior and Health and the first director of the National Institute on Drug Abuse. An article updated on April 26, 2016 says, "It should come as no surprise that the vast majority of heroin users have used marijuana and other drugs. Not only before they used heroin, but while they were using, nearly all people with substance abuse problems, most heroin users initiated their drug use earlier in their days of their youth from marijuana." It began with that. Lastly, marijuana should not be legal in all 50 states because it is addictive, which is being the most concerning. When kids are getting addicted to this drug, it will cause a lot of life issues regarding so many different things in life. Life at school being the most important, home life, kids being lazy, not doing the right thing, because when you start smoking, you start getting addicted to the feel of the high, the feel of putting it up to your mouth, smoke rolling out of your mouth. The youth of our generation is getting addicted to the feelings of this and the certain traits of smoking. This drug is so addictive, it will mess up the minds of our youth in this generation. The National Institute of Drug Abuse recently released data that suggests 30% of those who use marijuana may have some degree of a marijuana use disorder. They add that people who use it before the age of 18 are 4 to 7 times more likely to develop this use disorder than adults. Researchers estimated that 4 million people in the United States met the criteria for this use disorder. of 2015, 138,000 voluntarily sought treatment. The disorder, according to researchers, can morph into an addiction when the person can't stop using the drug, even when it interferes with all of their daily activities: school, working, relationships with family, friends. So, in conclusion, when it comes down to it, marijuana just isn't good for the youth of the generation coming up after us. With the 3 reasons why marijuana should not be legal in all 50 states: because of it being more potent, addictive, and being a gateway drug, should make you realize this would be a bad move for the world as long as the youth of the world are the leaders of the future in our world. Think about that. The people after us going through life are going to be the next future leaders of this world.